Okay, it's 10:30. I'll go ahead and call the meeting in order. If you have a cell phone, please mute it or turn it off. Becky, will you do roll call, please?
I sure will. Jack Scrogstead. Oops, sorry, I got the wrong meeting. Let's try this again. Mike Copine. Keen Hudson.
Present.
Katie White.
Here.
Angie Shippert. Here. Mike Pearson.
Okay. See, there's nobody
Okay.
from public comments. Mr. Scrogstead, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to, we had county services today, and one of the things that was brought up was that we have a couple of hearings coming up on solar, that the ZBA is going to be having some hearings on some zoning in reference solar, or it could be wind or whatever, but I want to I encouraged everyone on my committee, and I'm going to talk about this at other committees just to remind all the county board members that those hearings that are coming up that are set up by the ZBA, that's where a lot of the evidence is being presented on the solar projects that are coming through the county. And that's the time period where people need to go and ask questions and listen to the information, all that's coming, because once it comes to the county board, we're going off of that ZBA recommendation on that, and you can't really ask any more, introduce any more information after that. So if you've got concerns during solar or wind or whatever a particular ZBA is hearing on, that's where you need to go, is to appear or at least listen to it afterwards on YouTube, or get a copy of the transcript when it's available and get your information there, not during your county board meeting. So I just want to encourage people, when you see a letter coming through, or Alice might send out emails reminding everybody on the county board when these hearings are and for what they are, and the petitions and whatnot. So I'm just trying to, everyone on this particular committee, to encourage everyone to go to these ZBA hearings. Thank you. That's all I had.
Hey,
Good.
I got a text. I think it was from Sauk Valley News. It was about how upcoming solar projects are going to be the largest in Illinois. Is that true? Can you comment on the acreage?
I don't have that information on what that was. I know that there's a phase 2 that she was talking about today. I don't know if that's, because when you click on that link, you got to have an account with Sauk Valley, and I wasn't able to get all the information from it. So, because it doesn't say what plot it is, what petition number it is, so it's hard to say what they were talking about. But we could probably talk to Alice afterwards, after the meeting, to find out what that is. But yes, these hearings are coming up, and I want to encourage, everyone to go to these meetings and participate in it at that time period. Thanks.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you, Jack. Since there wasn't a meeting in January was canceled, we need to review Public Safety and Court Service Committee meeting minutes for December 12th, 2023. If there are no changes or corrections, the minutes will stand as presented. Okay, we'll go to the committees. Animal Control. Terry reported that she would not be able to attend the meeting this morning. City Clerk, Amy Johnson.
Good morning.
Would you like to walk me through your report, please?
Yes, it should be in your packet. I'm not sure if everybody's read it. I just wanted to let everyone know that my office has been recently informed our case management system has been bought out again by another company, and they're called Avenue Insights and Analytics. They have reached out to Lee County and Winnebago counties, and they want to discuss what they can do for us. So they're keeping our current software, Full Court Enterprise, and they're going to expand on it. So that's a big plus. Representatives from Winnebago County and myself will be traveling to Virginia next week to meet with the CEO and their team to discuss what they can do for us and see what the future of our software can be. So I just wanted to let you know. Any questions?
Thank you, Amy.
I had a question, Amy.
Sure.
Is this part of an older software program or a newer one that we are looking at and like testing?
No, this is what we have now. This is our current one.
Okay.
And we were looking to get a new one because, well, because Winnebago might be going out and financially it's not possible. But if they're keeping this software and they want to keep us on board, it's something we're seeing because it may save us a lot of money. But we don't know, this
Yeah.
is just, they want to keep us, they don't want us to go anywhere, but we want to see what they have to offer first.
Okay.
But I'm still going out for bids. I have not stopped that for quotes. I mean, sorry. So I haven't stopped that process.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, thanks.
Thank you, Amy. I don't see anyone from the judge's public defender coroner's office. Emergency Management Agency, Kevin Lally, please.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I think there's a description of what went on last month on your onboard. Also, just a few highlights of it. I assisted a person who called last month, had no money, no place to stay. So I assisted that person with getting a place to go to. We opened a shelter in early January due to the snowstorm. We housed about 8 people that were stranded residents. We housed a gentleman whose furnace failed and 1 pet at that time. And I received a $1,000 donation from Amboy Car Show for assistance at the car show this year. And been monitoring the Rock River there lately when it was starting to warm up for flooding and ice jamming. Luckily, we didn't have any issues here. Other people did on different rivers. And just a note, the EOC floor has been used 4 times last month by different departments coming in and using it. So it's getting a lot of activity. So not just from my office. Any questions?
Thank you, Kevin. Probation Department, Stacy Stewart.
I have nothing new to report this month. Pretrial cases continue to move well within our office. We see a number of those cases that are coming down each week, each month. So we're continuing to monitor those with the changes that we have in place throughout the state. And other than that, there's really nothing else to report new.
Any questions for Stacy? Thank you, Stacy. Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Whalen. I see he's not present. Next, we'll go to the ordinance amending administrative impound fees. Is there a motion to move the ordinance amending administrative impound fees to the Finance Committee for consideration?
A motion.
Ms. Shepherd moves, Ms. White seconds. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Any questions, any further discussion? Okay, motion will carry. State's Attorney's Office, Mr. Boonstra.
Thanks, sir. Just like Stacy was saying before, we're monitoring how the pretrial cases are going through as we work through the Pretrial Fairness Act. We've been doing a pretty good job actively trying to gauge how much time we're spending in addition to what we would normally be spending on detention hearings, pretrial conferences. Just as an idea, when we go to a pretrial conference now, because of the change in the law, there has to be findings and court orders that are at each pretrial conference, whereas before it would just be a standard pretrial conference. Now we're spending more time doing that and having the court making specific findings as it needs to. So on a normal day, on average, we're spending approximately an hour and a half more than we would have before on doing this stuff. When you get to like a busy felony pretrial day, it's substantially more. And then depending on how many new inmates we have on a specific day, it could be more than that hour and a half. And that's across the board, whether it be staff or the attorneys working on it, the actual detention hearing, going through those hoops. So as I said, we're working through it. We're doing the best we can with what we've got. And I think it's been working out pretty well so far, working with probation. The circuit clerk's office has had to deal with a little bit more paperwork as well. So they've been great about that. Did you want the collection info?
I have none.
Okay.
Thank you, Charlie.
The collections info for the fees, fines, and costs that we do on an annual basis.
I'm sorry?
Okay.
Oh, yes, okay, yes, sir.
So these are numbers just as of, for January. We don't have the February numbers yet, and that would just encompass into December. So as of December, total received for that month is $6,361.57. Did you get that? Yep. The total for the year was $65,598.12. And then the total over the period of time where we've been tracking it since 2019 would be $273,138.
Any questions for Mr. Boonstra? Thank you, Charlie. I would like to go back and clarify on the motion amending the administrative impound fees. The move was to move that to the Finance Committee for consideration. Okay. Report of abandoned property focus group. Mr. England?
Yeah, so right now, we are trying to get that group back together. If there are any board members that would like to be included, we need one to join that focus group. We've reached out to a few folks, have not been able to get someone validated for that yet. So along with that group, that is part of our Stronger Communities grant program that we were applied for and won in partnership with the city of Dixon. It's about $154,000. We have half of that to spend strictly for residential properties that can get in for specific use. Either it's going to be turned back into residential or turned into green space for parks or other scenarios. With that, it's a 2-year program, but we need to, I need to get another member on that group so we could start actually creating an action plan. We have a handful of properties already identified, and we need to work with the communities on that. But I just want to make sure that we're going through the proper committee structure while we're implementing this grant, along with some of the other funds that were already set aside through ARPA for the abandoned properties and nuisance properties. So if anybody's interested, please let me know, or Becky. Yeah, so currently the members of that committee is Mike Copine, Dean Friel, and Michael Pearson. So we'll need, we're worried about a quorum. So we'll have to find someone that's, not outside of some of the other, committees that we have. Make sure that there's no cross members.
Any questions for Jeremy? Thank you, Jeremy. Next, we'll do unfinished business. Don't have any items under unfinished business, and we'll go to new business. Be the resolution for non-sanctuary county. Is there a motion to move the non-sanctuary county resolution to the executive committee for inclusion on the February county board agenda?
Motion.
Ms. Schiff moves. Ms. White seconds. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Executive session, not aware of any requests for an executive session. Adjournment, is there a motion to adjourn? Ms. White moves.
Aye.
Mr. Pearson seconds. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, that concludes our meeting. They understand.